Check, check. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can anybody hear me? You can hear. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the hell, man? I had such a good intro. I had a whole ass intro. And I thought nobody was typing in the chat because they were enamored by how good my intro was. Fuck. I can't even recreate it. Oh my god. I thought you would have noticed my little joke of keep talking. I thought the keep talking joke was some sort of sexual innuendo. It was, I didn't realize it was because you're going to hear what I was, oh man. This sucks. All right. I'm going to go over just the bullet points of what I was saying because I feel like I've wasted so much time already. But, okay, you can hear me now. Jesus, Louises. Your voice was gorgeous. You should be called Gorgeous George. Thank you. Yeah, that was before you actually heard it. Also, the chat just, like, isn't working for some reason, so I'm gonna swap to this. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Just let me know if you can still hear me like this, because it does reconfigure some settings. Okay, great. You can still hear me? Great. All right, let me go over a few things real quick. Turn this down a little. So this is how I started the thing. I bought Splatoon Raiders physically. I made it a point. It's $10 more to buy it physically, but given the current circumstances, I'm thinking, it's time to put my money where my mouth is. I'm going to buy this game physically. I'm on the way home from work. Yes, I have a job, despite how I sound and the content I make. I have a job. So I'm on the train home from work, and I get to a little place called GameStop, a brick-and-mortar store that specializes... unless you buy it on Amazon or Walmart for $50. Okay, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that I could have saved money by buying it on Amazon or Walmart. Because, okay, so I get the GameStop. They specialize in just selling games and also, like, plushies and stuff. But mostly games. It's in the name. GameStop. It's in the game. EA Sports. And I get there, and I'm waiting in line. There's, like, 5 people in the store. One person up talking to the one person who is... checking people out, and it's taking them like 15 fucking minutes. I'm just standing there, line isn't moving. This guy is trying to sell this poor customer on, their fucking rewards program or whatever. And I end up talking to this other guy in line because he turns around and he's talking to me about the World Cup. So that was nice. We get like a little human interaction, but after a certain point, my sports knowledge runs dry real quick. So I'm like, I don't have anything else to say, and I'm still waiting here in this fucking line. I've been working all day. I just want to pay this guy money for a physical thing, and I want to go home. But they're making that extraordinarily difficult. So I'm like, fuck it. There's a Target upstairs. I'll just go upstairs. I'll go buy it at Target and I'll leave. I get to Target. It's not on the shelf. This game comes out today. I know for a fact it's out today. And I'm like, well, why is it not on the shelf? And I check online because it has this fun little function where it'll tell you at your specific store how many copies are there. And sure enough, Splatoon Raiders physically at this store, 9 copies, and yet they're nowhere to be found. There's not even like a placeholder for it on the shelf. And I hate going to Target because you have to go talk to like some fucking guy who's like older than you or younger than you, even worse, and you have to be an adult and say, hey, I want you to unlock this toy for me so I can buy it from you. And it's just humiliating, right? I'm an adult. I don't want, I would rather it be a little bit more impersonal, but no. So I have to go find some guy and not only be like, hey, I want to buy this thing, but also be like, hey, I checked online and it says this thing is here, this baby game for babies. I'm an adult and I would like you to find it for me because I don't know where it is. And it's just embarrassing. But sure enough, he has 1 copy. Mind you, the store said it had 9. He has 1 copy and it's behind the shelf, like he's fucking gatekeeping it or something, keeping it just for himself. And I'm like, yes, please, I'll take it. And I buy it from him. But then I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, where was the other 8 copies? Why did the fucking store online storefront tell me that there were 9 copies and there's only 1. And I know there was only 1 because after I left, I overhear the guy say to his friend who's also behind the counter, he's like, oh yeah, that was our last one. Guess we don't have any more copies of Splatoon Raiders. I was like, man, this is the epitome of why brick and mortar stores are so make buying video games as difficult as possible at a time where they are on the brink of obsolescence. They are on the brink of being wiped off the face of the fucking planet because everyone either buys online or buys digitally, right? So why do they still make it such a pain in the ass to give them money? I'm going out of my way to give you money because I want this physical thing and you sell it and I want it today. I don't want to buy it from Amazon. I want it today. Why? You would think you'd put in a little bit more effort to ensure your future, but no. These people, these fucking companies seemed determined to just be completely extinct. I hate it. Anyways, that was my rant at the beginning. It was a little bit more impassioned and probably better worded when I was saying it for the first time. But rant over. I'm gonna start playing this game now. And thanks for listening. And thanks to you, to those of you who joined my friend list. It was very sweet. All right, I'm gonna play as Raider. This is my first time ever playing a Splatoon game, so that's why I'm playing it on the semi-easy mode here. I was debating whether I should get it digitally or physically. Do whatever. I'm like, I bought it physically because I can technically afford it. It's not a wise decision, but I can technically afford it. But I don't look down on anyone who decides, hey, I'm gonna save the $10. Yep, according to that map in the basement. Didn't you read the article, Fry? It said that the sunken islands might have resurfaced after a tectonic shift. Tectonic shift? Secret stone? Come on, big man. Who cares about? Okay. I can't read that fast. I'm only at a 6th grade reading level. Oh, there you are. Welcome back, Warhammer. Raiders is the first physical game I've gotten in a long time. Oh, cool. You got it today? How are you liking it so far? It's got to be treasure. Hey, pilot. Settle down. Oh, these little fuckers want treasure. What's happening? Whoa. From what I've seen so far, I'm like, is this the same Donkey Kong engine they use? Because some of the enemies remind me of Donkey Kong Bonanza enemies. I haven't bought a Nintendo game since Bonanza, and I got that digitally so I could physically play it, so I could play it at midnight. I bought Bonanza physically, but yeah, I was certainly missing out on those wee hours in the night. Goodbye, Elvero. You played Resident Evil Requiem and it was great? It fucking is great. I was actually, this is so insane, but they had a sale on it on PS5 and I was considering buying it because I've only played it on Switch. I played it through twice on Switch and I was like, I kind of want to play it on like the good version now. But what's up with Nintendo and these like dinky like Arial font choices? They do that for all of these games now. It's like these like super understated generic font. They didn't do it for Donkey Kong Bonanza, but for the opening sequence, they do it with like all the new Zelda games. Hey, mechanic. Where'd our mechanic go? I kind of don't know what happened. Have you been outside all this time? I hope you haven't caught a cold. Oh, that's cool. Is this me? Oh, cool. It's tough. I'm like, I think I would rather have this hair length. No, I don't mind actually. I'll do that. No. There's like very little difference between these two. I'll do this one. There you are. Can't really see your face though. Here, let me just fucking chop up a squid. They're much better. Which hairstyle am I feeling? This is fun. Oh yeah. RC playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Love to hear you're playing a classic RC. Oh fuck it. I kind of like this one. How about browse? This is cool. All right, here's my hot take. I think customization in video games is too detailed these days. It's too overwhelming. Sometimes I just want a character creator with like 4 options like this. Because it's too much. Sometimes I'm just like, I feel like I'm spending hours on the fucking character creator, and it's like not fun. I get too overwhelmed, I think. And I like this. This is cool. So this is just like very basic. It's like, this is less complicated than like designing a me. I dig that. Let's do forest green. Yeah, I'm happy with it. The thing I really like... oh, wait. Warhammer. My only complaint about it is that it wasn't long enough and didn't have enough character interactions. Yeah, I wish it was longer, too. Which I usually don't say about video games, but that game is just so fucking good. The only thing I really like about the Splatoon series is how the final Splatfest determines the future entries. Oh, does it? That's cool. I didn't even know that these games had a story, really, if I'm being honest. We already made a lounge in an open space for exercise. What else do we need? Also, if let me know how the sound mix is, if it's too loud or too quiet, and I can adjust. Oh, duh. We don't have an arcade yet. What about, like, food? What about sustenance? Wait, no, now's not the time for games. We're stranded in the middle of nowhere. See, Big Man knows what I'm talking about. That's why his name's Big Man. I can never tell when you're being sarcastic. So are these characters in other games? Yoshi Man. Yes, I am a Splatoon rookie. I've never played a Splatoon game before. But I'm curious, like, are these... They're in 3. Okay, gotcha. All of them? We gotta make it back to Splatsville. My bad, I just wasn't expecting our race pilot to also be a top-notch mechanic. From shrimps to cranes, you name it, the mechanic can build it, and I guess I got carried away with the quest. But be that as it may, our break is running a bit long. We should start making plans to get home. Yeah, and the plan A is to make a hideout ship move, right? Aye, easier said than done. I still don't know why we made it so big. If only Master were here, we could have him tow us. So, mechanic, I'm sure building a doodad to move the hideout ship would be a snap for you, right? A request like that is probably going to need a bunch more materials. Materials, you say? I wouldn't know where to begin. Sounds like another job for our good old mechanic. Yep, could be. Sorry to dump it on you, mechanic, but could you scrounge some materials for us? If you're leaving the hideout ship, make sure to take a walkie-talkie. Mechanic is new. Yeah, I figured. Because that's me, right? I'm the mechanic. Splatoon and Mario Maker dropping in the same year make me so happy to have a Wii U circa 2015. Yeah, I was just talking to, if you guys know, Lizard pushing buttons. Oh, shit! Oh, my God. Wow, that's so funny. I literally said Lizard pushing buttons, and then, lo and behold, Lizard pushing buttons pops into the chat. What's up? I was just talking to Lizard pushing buttons like a half an hour ago, and they were saying that, like, we were just talking about how the gyro aiming of Splatoon is pretty revolutionary and, like, really legitimized, like, this kind of motion control hybrid option as opposed to, like, the Wii, and added a lot of, like, precision that wasn't really possible beforehand. See that mysterious shard just ahead. Move the controller and line up the reticle. Okay. Consider this your baseline view. Press Y to return this view line. Oh, okay. This is how you, like, reset it. It's a little sensitive, but maybe I can adjust that. No, not yet. Control settings. Here we go. Motion sensitivity. Let's bring that down. Let's try it like right there. Yeah, that's a little better. Yeah. All right. Playing on a Switch. I probably will actually end up regretting that, but we'll see. Swim through with ink. Okay. Wow, this is crazy. I've seen so much gameplay of Splatoon, and I've literally never played it. I've never played this shit. I was around for the Wii U. I was around for the Switch, obviously, but I've never fucking played a Splatoon game. This is pretty sweet. Yep, check out my surroundings. I'm glad. I hope it's true what they say, and it is actually for babies. Otherwise, I'm in for a fucking hell of a time. So welcome to post-heat death of the universe. The humans have died and sea creatures have become... Oh, that's what Splatoon is about? Damn, that's dark. Okay, I jump like that. Oh, look, I get a little paint on my little feet. That's fun. All right. Nice, nice. Mysterious shard. I have a feeling that those shards are going to be quite important. Nice. I can also jump as a fucking little thing. Oh, okay, sweet. Nice. Nice. Good tutorializing so far. What is the best Splatoon game? Like, what's widely considered to be the best? Is there one, or is it kind of... Is there just a bunch of different opinions? There is also a cat that was cryogenically frozed. One. I think they're all really cool. Yeah. You can also swim through the grates. Okay. Nice. Yeah, there's no health bar, right? You can't really do a health bar situation. You can just fill up your ink. But this one might be different because it's single player. What is this? Nice. Ride that wooden bridge. Ooh. All right. This is interesting. I don't think we've been this way yet. Are those salmonoids? Whoa, were these islands the site of salmonoid turf war? They look like they're spoiling for a fight. What's the lore with the salmonoids? They're like rival gangs or something? Salmonoid turf war? Is there drugs involved? Today I was when I was going to buy this game after work, I got it at like kind of a mall here in Brooklyn, and I walked past Victoria's Secret, which, fun fact, is owned by a notorious pedophile. But that's besides the point. Notorious Secret had their new catalog out on display. It was like their storefront, and the catalog was just called Very Sexy. I thought that was funny. I was like, wow, you really just aren't putting in any effort, are you? Victoria's Very Sexy catalog. Way to spot those balloons. Thanks, I know. I'm fucking goated. I'm so good at this fucking game. Those balloons are toast. Oh, that's... I can already tell I'm going to really like doing that. I can already tell that's going to be fun. Alright. Alright. Hopefully the game doesn't just... I'm guessing the game just doesn't get any more complicated than this. And that this is the only gun I get, and there's no more mechanics, and there's no enemies in the game. I think if that were the case, then I would feel pretty secure. Secure in poning the noobs. As I believe RC said. Mysterious shard. Epic, epic. Whoa, that's a big one. Looks strong. That's a boss if I ever saw one. One boss, you got this. I wouldn't be so fucking sure about that. Whoo! All right. Okay. Well, I think that was the end of the game, right? They said that was the final boss. It's a pretty tough game, I'll be honest, but I feel like I did pretty well. So let me just pick up this weapon, and then I'm assuming this is it. All right, Flamingo Splattershot Jr. That's, I guess now we can get off this island, huh? Find one, pick it up. Okay, can I swap? Okay. There's a dedicated booyah button. There's a dedicated button, and its sole purpose is for you to say booyah in squid talk. That's fun. Oh, I think I'm gonna like it. I think I'm gonna like the game. I'll be honest. I think I'm gonna like this game. Wait. Oh. Why did my my screen just went black? What the hell? Okay, now it's back. All right. There we go. Oh, this is gonna be some lore type shit right here, right? The Salmonoids were once astronauts. Maybe we could scrap it for parts for the hideout ship. Yeah, it's a gold mine of metal. A metal mine! Mind bringing it back for us, mechanic? There's no possible way the mechanic could carry it alone. I suppose we'll have to help. Just wait, there will be along soon. Lazy ass. We made it back! Way to pull it together, team. So heavy. There's a lot of rust on this thing. Okay, so Big Man doesn't really say, like, words. He kind of just fucking says I. That's the whole thing, and then we just have to assume this is what he's actually saying. Start breaking it down. Not so fast, fucko. The more I look at it, the more this machine looks like some kind of vehicle. Shiver? You in the mood for a joyride? I don't know. It's super old looking. I really don't think you'd get anywhere. Who's to say? Maybe the mechanic could fix it. Alright, I think this might be too far gone even for the mechanic. I don't know if... I mean... Let me try, at least. Let me fucking try. Has anybody been, Oh, shit, I did it. Oh, I did it. I guess I am pretty good at this game. Who wants to take for a test drive? Right now, it's way past snack time. Yeah, I'm dead on my fins. Fine, I'll catch you later, bot. How many snack breaks has Fry had today anyway? Oh yeah, mechanic, did you check out the stuff we picked up? Oh yeah, let me see. Gear. Oh, I can get new outfits and stuff? That's cool. Weapons have level to the higher the level, the more damage is dealt. You're not sure what to choose? Let the weapon level be your guide. Okay. I'll try this one out. The shooters. Weapons that are easy for anyone to use with a high rate of fire and no quirks. They allow a lot of flexibility when fighting. Okay. I'll do that one. Oh, this is fun. You can just do all the choices they already gave you. See, I like that sort of customization a lot better, I feel like. It's like simple customization, but you can use it all whenever you want. It's not like you only have the choice at the beginning of the game. All right. Big man. I wonder who made the bot and why. Word. All right, let's get into it. I feel like I'm doing pretty well. I feel like I pretty much have this thing locked down. I'm ready to go. Yeah, let's go. Let's fucking raid. Yes, I want to make the voyage. Well, it'll take a while, but we can plop on a raft and paddle it over. Oh, way better idea. Squeeze yourself in there real quick, big man. Oh my god. Bot check, mechanic check, destination. Do I have this right? Not quite. There we go. Here goes nothing. Brace yourselves. I thought that was like a submarine. I didn't realize they're just going to toss it into the air. The Inklings power their cities with a zap fish. It feels a little morally wrong, not going to lie. Yeah, that is crazy because they're all fish. But there's just like one type of fish that just is forever doomed to indentured servitude. Maybe it's like the thing in Harry Potter with like the house elves, where it's like, no, don't worry, it's not actually fucked up that J.K. Rowling came up with this slave race. It's not fucked up at all. In fact, they like it. The house elves like serving for people for free. Besides the one who doesn't, Dobby. I see a couple of minor pings over that way. Interesting. Which means the big one there must be the main catch. I smell loot. Gross. That's probably not all this bot can do. Let's try things out as we go. Call over here. I'll come running. All right, it's go time. Big man on the move. Someone's in high spirits. All right, let's fucking... I just want to fucking kill. I just want to kill salmon. Salmon is my favorite... was one of my favorite meals. Actually, I love salmon meals. As just like something to cook. It's delicious. I might cook some salmon tonight. Fuck it. I don't give a shit. You can't stop me. Chalk. All right, I've unlocked the fucking cock weapon. Kill, kill, kill. All right. You're both doing great. Thanks, I know. I'm pretty much done. Oh, I see, I see. So I can just call them over whenever I want. That's pretty sweet. All right, bot hop. Whoa, what the hell? It gives me like a floating effect. That's pretty epic, actually. No, I don't need that. Oh, maybe I do. I thought that maybe I could just use the wall. Yeah, come over here. All right, over here. Boom! Squid rings were acquired. I think that simply being another species in the universe feels more interesting, though. Salmon on a bagel with cream cheese. Hell yeah, dude. Now you're talking lox. Bagel with lox. That is supreme breakfast right there. That's one of the best breakfasts you could ever have. Aye, look, mechanic. Aye, that crystal must be pinged on a radar. Okay. All right, you always know how to. Let's fucking drill it. Hell yeah. This game has fracking mechanics. Let's get fracking. Hell yeah, dude. On to the next land. All right. Nice. Does anybody watch Skitty Bitty? And if so, has anyone been keeping up with their recent drama? You do watch them. There's been recent drama with Manta Dance, okay, with them and Octorock Reviews. Whoa, wait, what the fuck? Hold up, 1 second. I'll get back to that in a second. How the fuck am I? What ink? Oh, okay. I have no idea what just happened. That was insane. I definitely did not do what I needed to do there. But I guess it's just like a build-up. That's just like a special power I have. That's cool. I'm not 100% familiar with the drama. Haven't actually been keeping up with the drama. Actually, who is Octorok Reviews? He's like a spineless coward or something. Yeah, pretty much. So Octorok, there was this, it kind of all got started because, it got started on Twitter. It was honestly really fucking stupid. The whole thing was really stupid, but it got started on Twitter, because there was this discourse about, like, are the Gerudo race in The Legend of Zelda, like, problematic, for lack of a better word, because they're kind of like an Orientalist depiction of, like, I don't know, Middle Eastern people. Super, like, kind of vague summary of what the actual argument was. But basically, Octorok Reviews, without going, like, by a play-by-play, Octorok Reviews is basically just kind of telling on himself and coming out as kind of like a shithead through this whole process of defending the Gerudo and basically making the argument, making a weird argument. First of all, making the argument that it's not problematic, which, look, I'm not saying that it needs to be policed, but it is, especially in, like, fucking Ocarina of Time, it is objectively, like, tough to go back to that game and see the depiction of the Gerudo, and yeah, just how they're portrayed. It's not good. That being said, Octorok Reviews also made this wild claim that people are not only complaining about, like, the Gerudo being racist, but also trying to get rid of the Gerudo. And his argument is like, well, it's more racist to just get rid of them altogether. And nobody is saying that. Literally no one is saying, let's get rid of the Gerudo. It's literally, it's all coming, you know, any criticism of their depiction is coming from a place of love and desire to just, you know, see them do better in the next game. Not like, oh, we need to, like, fucking whitewash this this whole thing and make it so it's, you know, basically just, like, get rid of them altogether. No one's saying that, but he's kind of using that as a straw man argument to justify him being a shithead. Anyways, that's where it all got started, and then Octorok Reviews basically just told on himself throughout this whole Twitter drama, liking all these, like, super insane transphobic tweets that were going against Skitty and their argument, saying that, like, the Gerudo were problematic in their depiction. And it was a whole fucking thing. It got really crazy. I will say, I think Skitty made a few mistakes in terms of, like, just feeding into it and not necessarily letting Octorok speak for himself and just kind of like, step on his own toes, because he was doing that, and I feel like Skitty was kind of playing into it a little bit. And also, I don't think it was good for their own mental health, because they were called a ton of slurs, and I think it was really probably, you know, as someone who has had similar experiences with fucking right-wing chuds on YouTube, just, like, going into my comment sections and saying horrible things. I know that the second that you engage with them, that's when you've lost. I've made that mistake before, so that would be my only, I guess, advice to Skitty, but I think they already know that, to be honest. But yeah, it was a really crazy thing. If you want to hear it actually, like, laid out, Skitty made a video detailing everything. Octorok, I think, also made a video, but there's really no need to listen to that shit, to be honest. I always am like, listen to both sides, and I did, but his video is a bunch of fucking manipulative lies. So, yeah, it was crazy, but if you like Skitty, I would say send them your love. This is a good time, because they have been through the fucking Kiwi Farms ringer. I'll just say that. How have you been, by the way? I saw your planned live streams earlier and didn't know if you meant to stream those days or did not feel like it those days. Oh, thank you for asking, Crispy Fingers. I'm doing well. I did actually have a planned live stream. I just didn't do it because I wasn't feeling it, to be honest. And I was like, it was such a quick thing of like, I had this plan and then I was like, I'm not gonna do it because I didn't get any like responses. And I was like, it kind of seems like it wouldn't, like, nobody would notice if I just didn't do it, and I wasn't feeling it. But I know a few people did notice, and I apologize for the bait and switch. The false promises. Yeah. Anyways, I have been well. I started a new job recently at like a real office, like a legit job. The last job I had was full-time, but it was basically like freelancing. This place is actually a little bit more legit. They take their content a little bit more seriously, and they have some name brand recognition. So I've been filming and editing for them for about 2 weeks, and preparing to do so weeks prior. So I've just been busy. I've been busy. And it takes a lot out of you to be editing for other people, than to come home and like moonlight your own projects, which is just more editing. But I will say I do have one script. It's a very small script. It's only about 5 minutes long, but I think that's all the video needs to be because it's a little bit of a shit post. But I have a script fully scripted and recorded, and now it's just left to edit. So that should be out. Not that it's going to be anything incredible. It's just a 5-minute fun video, but I'm excited to get to work on that. And yeah, just been living life and making it through this transition period at the job. But it's all been better. Getting paid more. I'm gonna have health insurance, which is awesome. And yeah, hopefully making some content that. It's not going to be art by any means, but hopefully it helps me develop my craft a little bit better with the editing and everything. And, you know, I want to just get better. I think that's really where all of this comes from. I would like to keep improving. So that's the goal here. What was it? I'm so grateful I haven't had to deal with that sort of thing yet. Lizard, you are YouTube's darling. You are a very reasonable and easy person to listen to in your content. I would be... Anyone who goes after you in that way especially is even more of a fucking monster than... when they're going after the rest of us. You do not deserve that, and I'm manifesting that never happens to you. Kiwi Farms, haven't heard that website in a while. Yeah, fucking there is literally a Kiwi Farms thread with for Skitty Bitty. It's horrible. I haven't actually seen it, but Skitty has posted some screenshots, and the things they're saying on there is fucking insane. Sorry if I put you on the spot. At one time you announced in a live stream and then deleted it. Oh, no, not at all. No sweat. Congrats. Sounds like a cool gig. Congrats to you as well, Lizard, on your new job. It's all good. I know that kind of feeling. I would think of playing a game all day, and then when I finally get home, I lose the energy and start staring at the menu. Yeah, you get it, Crispy. You fucking get it. It's hard, you know? It's hard, but I love doing this. Like, at the end of the day, I love doing it. So I have gotten farther than I ever thought I would. Even with 4,000 subscribers, I'm like, this is more than I ever thought I would have gotten. So I'm just happy with that, and I want to keep doing it, at least for the time being. At least until I stop wanting to do it. But for right now, I want to keep doing it. All right. Tactical tank. Equip gadgets with tactical capabilities. Fight strategically to gain the advantage. No, I'm going to do power. Yeah, let's do this tank. I like my tanks to be tanky. How have you been, Crispy Fingers? How is life for you? And RC, and anyone who wishes to share their current life situations. I would love to hear. I will say, I was recently on a podcast. And I'm not going to share the podcast because my face is in it. So it's technically a full-on face reveal, but it's out there. There's a podcast out there. My partner and my roommate, it was their podcast. They're trying to get their feet off the ground. It's a podcast about filmmaking. That's all I'll say. And they had me on as a guest. I think just because we live together and I'm dating one of them. But my stipulation was like, hey, I will do a face reveal. I'll come on as Nintenmity, but with the one caveat that I'm not going to promote it because I want to see if any of the people that follow me can just organically find it. Because if they can organically find it, then I feel like a face reveal is warranted. If you go through that much trouble to find these two niche kind of, cross-referencing these very two niche YouTube channels, then you are a face reveal is earned, I would say. Not that my face is amazing to look at. It's more so just like the fact that I haven't had one on this channel yet. Yeah, let me get some salmonoid research. Boss salmons. Alright, I want to fucking play. I want to just like play this game. Let's just go. What do you say we just go? Whoa, there's a new ping, and I think it's onto something here. Hold on, what's Bakken? I'm willing to go myself if we all think it's necessary. Just say you really want to ride it now already. Yes, cool. A podcast about filmmaking, was it? Yes. Yes. I will ask, though, RC, if you find it, don't share it in chat. Don't share it in chat, because that's cheating. I don't care if you share it around. I want them to get exposure, because obviously I hope that their podcast does well. But yeah, if you find it, share it with your own, share it however you want, but just not in this chat. I will ask. But thank you. You did a podcast with Nintendo Prime? I sure did. Did you guys see that Nintendo Prime was in the fucking hospital? Yeah, he was in the hospital. It was insane. I was like, geez, I actually... God, I kind of feel bad. Not that my criticism is unwarranted. I still stand by everything I said, but dude, that guy has been going through a shit-ass time. He was in the hospital, and his child was also in the hospital. So, yeah. Still think his content is not good, but personally, wish nothing but the best for Nintendo Prime. I think they're both out now, and I hope that they're both okay, and don't have any future hospital visits. I was just like, that is so awful. So awful to see. But again, everyone is okay as far as I know, so I guess, yeah, keep them in your wishes or something. I don't know. Go give Nintendo Prime money. I guess what I'm trying to say is, you should just go give them money. Even if you can't afford it, go give them money. Okie doke, when did it take place? Are you talking about the podcast or Nintendo Prime's unfortunate circumstances? The podcast was very recently. It was recorded a couple months ago, but it was very recent in terms of posting. So, that sucks. I only remember him as the guy that got upset when someone laughed at him for wearing a Mario shirt. Oh god, his Twitter is really hard to follow. I followed him when I heard that his son wasn't doing well, because I was like, wanted to send a little support his way, because he was asking for money. But I still follow him, and I gotta be honest, like, his like game related tweets are pretty insufferable. He was like, he was acting all tough the other day. He was like, all right, I'm gonna say it. Fuck Sony. Fuck Sony. Fuck you, Sony. You've lost everything. You've lost my support. And I was like, I agree with you, but also, like, Sony does not give a shit about about what you have to say. You're like very like shallow critique. It was just, I'm describing it poorly, but it was, I think it came off as a little self-righteous, like him saying fuck Sony was like this big momentous occasion, and I was like, it's not. Most people feel that way, including myself. Oh, I can't fucking touch the water, I guess. All right. All right, I'm gonna say it. Fuck it, I'm gonna say it. Fuck Sony. I don't like what they're doing. It's like, yeah, me either, dude. Me either. But one of us had the cojones to say it. Kill the salmonoids. I'm like, they're salmonoids, but they look very, chicken-like. Especially these guys. They kind of look like chickens. And for that reason, I think I'm going to have to give this game a 6 out of 10. It's a fun game, but the salmons look a little too much like chicken. Is the podcast about filmmaking in general, or is it about a specific movie? It's about filmmaking in general. About filmmaking in general. I think they, you know what's bad is the SEO just must be totally fucked, because they tagged my channel in it. At least in the description, my channel is tagged, like Nintenmity is tagged. They use my real world name, which is another reason I'm not promoting it strictly to my audience, because there's a lot of people in my audience right now who hate me. Or not, I guess they're not even, you can't even say they're in my audience, but a lot of people who aren't too happy with me, who are familiar with my videos. Yeah, so using my real world name, I think, in the title, but if you can't find it by just searching up, like, Nintenmity podcast, that's not good, unfortunately. That's like, again, bad SEO. Search engine optimization. I stand on the hill that RGT is the worst of the Nintendo clickbait YouTubers. Too much ink, 6 out of 10. Yeah, literally. Too many fishes. Too many fishes and not enough waifus. I like fucking, you know, Splatoon, but there's not enough. I need more waifu material. What was I gonna say? RGT being the worst. I could see that. RGT is the one that actually got me to make that initial video. Actually, RGT is in my first video, I believe. He was the one who really fucking, he's, I think, was kind of my first exposure to that sort of, him and, Nintendo, or Switch Force, were my first exposures, and it was because they wouldn't shut the fuck up about the Switch Pro. They could not stop talking about the Switch Pro, and it was just, it got to a point where I was like, these fucking people have built an empire off something that is like not even coming out, and it got just so egregious after a certain point. It was terrible. So yeah, I don't know who's the worst. Angry Vigilante might be the worst. I guess in terms of like the Nintendo like fans, maybe Nintendo Prime is still my least favorite. But oh, you know what? You know who I really don't like? And I feel bad, too, because I know that this guy has also kind of gone through hell and back. But in terms of his content, I really can't stand Mike Odyssey. I can't. I didn't include him in the video because I kind of was like, I feel like this might be punching down, even though he's a bigger YouTube channel than me. I feel like it's punching down to talk about him just because he's a lot smaller than the other channels I mentioned, and then he's also, I think, just had a tougher lot breaking into that niche. But his videos are not only super misleading, but also just like AI thumbnails out the fucking wazoo. And it's just, I still see them from time to time. I'm just like, God, man, do a little fucking research, you know? Bro, when I was like 7 to 18, I loved Switch Force. Oh my God. It's crazy looking back on it because it's so silly to look at now. Yeah, I get it though. I get it. Honestly, Switch Force is probably my favorite of them. Of all of them. I think I should do a ranking. Oh, that would be fun. I should do a Nintendo YouTuber ranking. Because I do have an order for them, for sure. I think Nintendo Prime is my least favorite, and Zach from Switch Force is my favorite. He's just charming. I don't know what it is. I don't like him. I want to be clear. I do not like him or his content. Or I should say I don't like him. I don't like his content. But I do... I do think he's like a charming person. He's got more of a, like, I believe it a little bit more when he's like excited about something, even though it's probably still bullshit. I don't know, who's to say. But all that to say, Lizard, I'm with you. I also, in my own fucked up way, like Zach from Switch Force more than I have any right to. Not any right to. More than I should, given my grievances with the genre he represents. Equipping gadgets fills up parts slots. You can only equip parts if you have open slots. All right. Well, I've got 10, so. Gadget can hold up to 9 parts. You can see how many are equipped here. Fill open slots. Yep. Let's just fill it with random parts, man. After you equip a part, press B to go back. All right. Increases damage while slashing. Vertical slash. Wait, how do you slash? The soundtrack also reminds me a little bit of Donkey Kong Bonanza, I'll say. It's something, it's like the Fractone Village, the kind of like lo-fi boppy, I don't know how to describe it, but this soundtrack sounds like it's ripped straight out of Donkey Kong Bonanza so far. Mike Odyssey is a prick. The shit he says on Twitter, good lord, I don't follow him on Twitter, but he's a master baiter. I'll give him that. He baits, and he is the master of doing so, because he'll just say whatever the fuck he wants. Even if it has no basis in reality. I mean, they all do that to an extent, but he does it more than anything. Than anyone, I should say. Alright. Cool. Alright, I've only got the one weapon, it seems. Or gadget, it seems. Tank. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna stick with this one. Bot Buddy. Fry's flute summons moray eels to attack a wide area. Let's do the... Ooh, I'm deathly afraid of sharks. Fun fact. I think it's because I wasn't exposed to the ocean as a child. So it's more like kind of like a fear of the unknown. So I'm going to try to do a little exposure therapy on myself. Shark attack. Ooh, so gadgets get stronger when you equip parts. I want to see. Try it out on that target there. All right. I miss when Spawn Wave would make teardowns of consoles instead of boring daily news videos. Yeah, Spawn Wave is also one that I like more than the others because he has always made, I think, more of a habit to include timestamps in his videos. I think Nintendo Prime started doing that, but he used to not do it, and that was a big issue I had with him. But yeah, I mean, it's still, at the end of the day, kind of the same stuff. And I also am like, your content isn't as iconic or quality as it could be. And I don't know. I never watched when he did teardown videos, to be fair. I don't think I followed him back when he did that, but I wish he did as well. I guess it's not lucrative at the end of the day. There's already, it's a hard market to break into or continue to do. Music to spark up to Lamau. Hell yeah, dude. Fun fact, I think I might have shared this, but I used to work at a marijuana dispensary back in Arizona. I worked there for a couple years. And my weed addiction got so bad there. It was already bad, but then of course it got worse because I was working at the fucking, weed shop. And it got so bad that I quit. I went cold turkey, and I have stopped smoking since I was 22. I'm 26 now, so it's been 4.5 years that I haven't smoked weed. And it's so disappointing because, well, it was a good adjustment for me. It's like weed is objectively the most chill out of all the intoxicants. Like, it's the most casual. It's probably the least bad for you. I'm not saying it's good for you, but compared to alcohol, I think it's definitely a little bit better, especially if you're not smoking it. And yet, I just can't hang. I can't hang. It's like the least addictive of the drugs I still got addicted to because I'm that much of a narc, I guess. So, all that to say, wish things were different. I wish I could casually enjoy weed like the best of us, but unfortunately I can't. I'm not a good hang. I have to be boring and sober. I still enjoy a wine every now and then, I'll say. Little weekend wine, never hurt anybody. Famous last words. I say that as I'm being dragged into the rehab clinic. Let's not stay longer than we need to. The fog's giving me chills. Man, fuck off. You're in a fucking tank. I'm the one out here killing. I think he's got a little better. Nintendo Land gaslit himself into believing that a new 3D Mario and 3D Zelda were coming out last year. Yeah. I think he's got a little better sense. Actually, you know what? Nintendo Land's, ironically, his second channel, he has a second channel called Nintendo Landon, where he just shoots from the hip. He doesn't script anything. They're super unedited videos, but I actually like those videos better because he's just a little bit more authentic. And he only has a couple thousand subscribers on that channel, but I like it. I enjoy that a lot. And I've listened to them. Sharks are so neat and cute, though. Yeah, again, I think it's fear of the unknown. I grew up in Arizona. We don't have any oceans out there, so I'm not saying I want them all dead. I just don't want them near me. And that goes for all cartilaginous fish, including stingrays. I would prefer not to. That's what I'll say. I would prefer not to. But no shade. No shade. I had the opposite effect when I hated it because almost everyone around me smokes it. Yeah. Yeah. That was the best part of smoking weed, was smoking it with everybody. But, I mean, and I guess this probably isn't a surprise. I'm a bit of a pothead, but I only smoke like once a weekend. Yeah, see, I was not like that at all. I was a daily. That was my issue. I was doing dabs. I was smoking concentrate, which is the closest you can get to smoking heroin without smoking heroin. But I was just, I like, if there was something, I was at the point where if there was like an injection, some sort of weed injection, which I'm kind of surprised there isn't, but if there's a THC injection, I would have done it. I was like my tolerance was so high and I was so desperate for it that it was like a daily occurrence and I didn't even like it. So I was not where you are, Lizard. I would say by my metrics, you are not a pothead. At least where I was at that time in my life. Elvero, welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, it's good to have a checklist. It's good to, like, treat it as a treat, as a reward. I was not doing so. I was treating it as, like, a morning coffee, essentially. But now I treat morning coffee like a morning coffee. I fucking love cold brew. A black cold brew in the morning? Oh, my God. Oh my fucking God. I'm just like salivating just thinking about it. Just pure black cold brew. It doesn't even taste good. That's my favorite part about it. It doesn't taste good at all, but I pretend like it does. And I feel like such a badass. I say to the barista, I say, give me a black cold brew. And he said, you don't want room for cream? I said, fuck no. I like the way it tastes. I think it tastes good. I don't think it tastes absolutely bad and kind of like feces. I say that to him every single day, and he never believes me. But then I take a long sip and I say, fucking delicious. I could bathe in this. And then I pour it all over my head and my face and my chest. And then they kick me out. Anyways, yeah, so that's why I stopped smoking weed. So I could I could have healthier relationships with other vices. All right. Everyone just take a step back. Let's just calm down here, all right? Power eggs are almost full. You know what I tried for for the first time the other day? So also, here's also what cold brew does taste good. Sorry, I was being a little bit of a jokester. No, I do like cold brew. And I like the taste of it. Although it was an acquired taste. But I gave up like sugary drinks for the most part, with the exception of like a smoothie or what's it called? Fucking kombucha. I drink kombucha. I kind of replaced soda with kombucha because I drank a lot of soda back when I was younger. So now I drink kombucha, and I had to give up like the sugary coffee drink. So I kind of just trained my palate by just not getting sugary coffee anymore. Again, as I was saying, kind of with the weed issue, I'm like a very all or nothing person. When it comes to like my habits, my eating habits, my drinking habits, my vices. I got really addicted to black and white cookies for a while there, which if you haven't had them before, black and white cookies are essentially just cake. It's just cake. And I would be getting it for like lunch and shit, which is it's such an insane thing to do as a 26-year-old adult. But yeah, so I can't really indulge even in like a soda now and then, or a fucking frappe, or any like kind of sugary Dunkin' Donuts treats, because if I do, I'll just do it all the time, which is such a, in some ways you could say it's a sad way to live, not knowing moderation, but I also know who I am, and I'm not pretending to be anyone I'm not. I know that I am, I cannot control myself So I choose to just block it out entirely. How many coffee shops have you been to? I just keep going back to the same one, but I wear disguises. I'm watching everything, so I missed. Sorry, I won't be up to date. Oh, okay. You didn't miss anything crazy, to be honest, Elvero. But thanks for going back and watching. That's nice. I'm just yapping. I'm just fucking yapping. Oh, I was going to say earlier, I tried salmon roe for the first time. Salmon eggs. I went to a Japanese restaurant, and I just read it as like a salmon rice dish. Turns out it's not. It's not salmon. It's salmon eggs, which I had never tried before. My whole life, for most of my life, up until a couple years ago, I was vegetarian. Like, didn't eat meat at all. My mom raised me vegetarian, which is a weird thing to do in retrospect, because it wasn't like I had a choice. She just was like, okay, my baby's going to be vegetarian. And then I just never developed the enzymes to digest meat. And here I am. It wasn't a choice. It's not for any, like, moral or environmental reasons, necessarily. It's just because my mom made a decision for me 26 years ago. Even though she's not vegetarian, which is weird. And neither is my sister or anyone else in my family. It was just me. She just had a phase, I guess. Oh, Vero, you're online playing Splatoon Raiders. Anyways, so all that to say, I introduced fish into my diet a couple years ago because I was like, it's probably good to have some source of protein. And salmon is kind of my go-to dish. I just love salmon. I think it's really good. I can cook it pretty well. So that's really my dish that I cook with. But I've never tried salmon eggs, and I've been very hesitant to because I think they look freaky. And it kind of is in that uncanny vat. Like salmon, I'm like, it's a fish. Fish, I don't know if they necessarily have like a soul or whatever. Like I wouldn't have a pet salmon. But once you get to the point of like eating the like sexual reproductive cells, I don't know what you would call them, the eggs, like that, gametes, is that what they're called, that's when I'm like, this feels a little like, what's the word I'm looking for, it just feels a little harsh, you know. Barbarian maybe is the word I'm looking for. Feels like I'm a fierce warrior, and I raided a village of salmon and I ate their babies. You know, which turns out not great talk. Not doesn't make for great conversation at a dinner, at a restaurant when you're saying shit like that. So guess what? They kicked me out of there as well because I was freaking out and having a crisis. Test range. All right. I mean, good for you, man. Yeah. Vero, you're for some reason, I think one of the characters you typed in is it Japanese and it's translating? I can't tell, to be honest. But Vero says yes. All right. Yeah. Yeah, let's fucking upgrade this shit. I don't know, man. That sounds kind of fucking metal. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I've never eaten babies before. That was my first time eating babies. I was like, this shit rocks, actually. You're right. You're fucking right, Lizard. I'm gonna start eating all sorts of babies. I have developed the taste for this is getting dark. Never mind. I'm like, this is actually getting a little dark. Never mind. I'm not gonna continue with this line of thought, but it is metal. I'll leave it at that. I guess. Sure, let's upgrade. All right, let's fucking go. I'm ready to play. Ready to fucking play. Lizard and or Vero, what difficulty are you playing on? Because I'm assuming it gets much more difficult. That's what I've heard, but I personally haven't gotten there yet. High danger. Oh, okay. Let's try this. This says it's gonna be fucked up. Let's do it. Also with the sub levels, this is like giving me major Donkey Kong Bonanza vibes. Am I the only one, or has anyone else made that distinction? Also Nintendo in the last few years pretty obsessed with going underground. That's been a kind of like a consistent theme. It started back really with like, I guess, Tears of the Kingdom. Oh shit. Oh shit. Splattered by chum. All right, I'm back. You thought I was out, but I'm just when you think I'm out, they pull me back in. It's just interesting because I feel like they like the sky. The sky is always kind of an interesting environment for them to explore. But underground, I feel like sub-layers and like going really into these depths have been kind of their new obsession. Oh, interesting. You can do like the Resident Evil 180 turn. That's fun. Yeah, come help. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. I'm about to be splattered by cock. Dude, this is hard. All right, I need to go. Yo, get me the fuck out of here, man. Oh my god. That was messed. That was not cool. God damn it. All right, I need to refill my smoothie. But luckily it's right here, so I can just do it right now. Refill. Hopefully that makes me better at fighting these salmon freaks. I'm making ravioli for dinner right now. Epic. Are you on base, Warhammer? Are you home? Where are you? Last I checked, I think you were still on a Navy ship and or a Navy base. I can't quite remember. The woke left, according to conservatives. Yeah. That's a me, the woke left. No, I graduated and went home. Congrats. Welcome home. And I hope it's been a lovely time. I'm not a fan of Nintendo's games being homogenized. Yeah. Me either. And I was saying that earlier too, even with the like, it's interesting, like the like title screen and having this like super understated font. I know it's like just a little thing, but they did it with Splatoon, and it was like kind of cool when they started doing it with Zelda. They did it as far back as like Skyward Sword, where they would have like, it was like a really dramatic intro, super cinematic, showing the imprisoned, and then it just said, Nintendo presents Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword in like super basic font, right? And that was like interesting when they did it like that, because they had never done that before for any of their games, but definitely, especially not for like a Zelda game. And no one was really experienced with it. But now it's like a whole, it's like every game does that, I feel like. Why is Splatoon doing that? I was like, that seems like you're just you've just done it so many times, and now like you're like heavy hitters. You're like important games have to include just like a very basic font for the opening title sequence. It's very odd. I'm not a fan of it. I think that Nintendo should oh shit, I'm losing bad. Nintendo should distinguish their franchises. That's their whole thing. They're bubbly and fun. I don't know. Anyways, not to say that this game isn't good so far, and not to say Donkey Kong Bonanza wasn't great too, even though it obviously is kind of taking notes, thematic notes from Zelda in terms of the like depths of it all. But to clarify, I'm not saying any of those games are bad. I really like all those games quite a bit. But yeah, it is a little disheartening to see. Let me see. I'm playing on the middle difficulty. It was an airfield base, my bad. That's the easiest one. It's a tough game. What is a woman? Ugh. I like homogenized Nintendo games. I do wish they had more things like Metroid and such, just a little bit more mature. Well, it seems like your wish will soon come true. I think they're rumor is, and I don't know if you guys saw this, but rumor is they're making a new 2D Metroid game that will be revealed imminently. That is at least according to the infamous rumors and leak channels that I don't really like so much, but it does seem to be credible evidence that there's going to be a follow-up to Dread. And if you have not played Dread, then you are dead to me. Just kidding. But it is a great game. Oh my god, Metroid Dread, fucking masterpiece. That's like, oh my god, it's such a good game. It's one of those games too where I've gone back and played it like I think twice. Even on again, not a very good video game player, but I went back and replayed it on the hardest difficulty just because I was like wanted to feel something, and it was an amazing experience. That game is just about as perfect as you can get. I fucking love Metroid Dread. So I'm excited. I hope Mercury's Steam is at the helm again. I imagine they are. And yeah, I hope that they just keep going into it. Do what made Dread great and just expand on it, because they've got a great formula on their hands. And yeah, who would have thought 2D Metroid fucking absolutely takes the reins over 3D Metroid at this current stage, this current place in time in 2026. Oh, I know what I need to do. Come here. Over here, fucko. Bot hop. Let's bot hop. Hold on, let me, sorry, I'm trying to scroll up and see some comments. I feel like there's an interesting variety in gameplay that I think feels reasonable. Yeah, I think that gameplay is, you know, the most important, and Nintendo games still feel very distinct gameplay-wise, for the most part, but I do think that their theming matters, you know, like, that's my main thing, is I think that their theming and how they present the graphical style, I talk about this a little bit in my second video as well, where it's like, everything kind of having the same graphical style, I think is also a little tough sometimes. Even this game, like, it's obviously got its own design language, but I feel like it reminds me so much of Donkey Kong. Which is to say, maybe Donkey Kong just reminds me of Splatoon, because I know that Splatoon came before it. But yeah, it's really odd. What was I saying? Are you playing Star Fox for Switch 2? I don't know, Crispy. I played the demo. I thought it was all right, but I'm not like... I don't know. I just heard it wasn't very long. And usually I'm okay with that. Usually I'm like, I don't need a game to be super long as long as I get a full experience out of it. But I kind of... I don't know. I think... I'm kind of interested in it, but not necessarily gonna jump. Maybe if it ever goes on sale, which it probably won't because it's a Nintendo game, but maybe. We'll see. Did you like it? Have you played? Gameplay variety in Nintendo games is super good, yeah. But yeah, the vibes are a little samey sometimes. I love how Splatoon's aesthetic, though. Yeah. Sorry. Chat is being hard to scroll up and down. The theming is sort of similar, and I can't wonder it's because teams are working on projects at the same time and end up having like an office chat, which I guess might... Yeah, that's true. I mean, you know, and that's another thing. Like, I think that the way Nintendo develops their games is currently the best of the industry standards, at least from an outsider's perspective. Who's to say about, like, the actual culture of working there? I don't fucking know. But all I can say is that they have the least amount of layoffs and studio closures out of the big three, easily. And they've been the only one to actually, like, increase pay, at least publicly, for a lot of their developers. And they don't do crunch. That's not something that they're super known for. And they're more known for delaying games because they're not ready, and they want to make sure their developers are in a state where they can make a good game and not feel like stressed. Again, there's probably exceptions to all of those things I just said, but definitely a lot less gratuitous and offensive than their fucking counterparts, especially these days. Crazy that Nintendo, in comparison, like a year ago we were talking about how they're the bad guys, and now it's like after everything that's happened, it's like, dude, I don't know. Actually, they've still got a lot of shitty anti-consumer practices, but if we're talking comparisons, it is pretty hard to say that they are the worst out of the three. Let's see. I just want a new Star Fox game. Yes, I agree. That was the other thing. I don't need to necessarily replay Star Fox 64. I played through it a little bit on the 3DS when it came out, and I thought it was all right, but it wasn't like the best thing in the world. And I'm like, this is I would like a new thing, you know. Ideally, this is cool. I like that there's a 180 flip. I think everyone who works at Nintendo loves their jobs. I don't know about that necessarily, but probably more than the other studios. I don't know. I have no idea. It's also like Japan has a completely different workplace culture than a lot of American offices do. So it's like, I think it's maybe a little bit hard to translate, and also I just don't know in full transparency, but a lot of the developers out there, the most infamous ones, they don't retire. They just don't retire. And I think it's maybe a combination of, like, they love their jobs and they love their legacy, but maybe also has to do with, like, it's just not socially accepted to retire at such an age. But I could be wrong. Again, this is not something I know a lot about. It's just, I do know it's a lot different, and it's not a complete one-to-one thing. But I do agree that I would much rather be a fucking developer at Nintendo than Sony or Microsoft. That's for damn sure. Lot more job security. I think probably a little bit more, like, creatively fulfilling. And yeah, so not trying to let anyone off the hook here. They're all corporations at the end of the day, but Just like how I can have my favorite Nintendo influencers, I can also have my favorite corporations. Or at least my least hated corporations. And Nintendo makes my fucking favorite games. So how could I not? Right? How could I not? Nintendo looks borderline angelic in comparison despite their Apple-like practices. Yeah, absolutely. No, absolutely. I'm like, if this is what it takes, if you have to just, you know, kind of get people in your ecosystem to continue making exclusives that are this good, fuck it. I'll be in your ecosystem. That's the whole fucking point of competition. Anyways. I love the Star Fox remakes designs, by the way. Yeah. I actually don't mind them either. I know everyone was like, they take a while to grow on you, or they were like, I fucking hate them. I was kind of just like, no, I think they look fine. They look a little like taxidermy at first, but when I was actually playing on it, I was like, no, it's just good. It just looks good. Looks like a solid design. Do I wish it was the design of the movie? Maybe, yeah. I think that was the best part of the movie. I thought that Star Fox was really fun. That the movie being Super Mario Galaxy 2, by the way. I mean, I'm in Furgatory, but I like the designs too. Yeah. I was thinking taxidermy, but it is also it's Furgatory, baby. I just like the whole thing. I like how wet Slippy Toad is. He's so fucking slippy. He's such a slippy bastard. I would like to take this moment to say I appreciate you, Mitty. Thank you, RC. And likewise. I appreciate you, too. I know I release a video once every 2 fucking millennia, but, it's nice. It's nice that there are, like, a few... I have, like, a small but very loyal group of fans, and that is to say I'm not a fan of the like loyalty in the sense of like blind loyalty. Like if somebody stops, you know, at the end of the day our relationship is you know, kind of centered around the content I make, and if the content is bad, then by no means you should feel like you have to watch it. And also, if I stop making content, yeah, it's like my service to you has ended in all senses of the word. But despite that, I am very grateful that yeah, it's like I don't have a huge following, but the people who do fuck with me, I feel like I've resonated with and connected with, and I'm happy to say that you are one of them. So thank you. I was against exclusives until I saw how boring competition became without them. Yeah, no fucking kidding. No, I mean, it's tough because exclusives are... The argument you can make for exclusives is really, like... It's a little pro-capitalist for my taste, but it is also... Like, in this current system we are living in, it is the best case scenario. It really is, I think, because exclusives encourage competition. They encourage studios to keep striving for better, and that's what they should. You should. Why are you buying a game console, a dedicated game console, if not to play the games that are only available on that console? And, you know, Microsoft has just released all their software on everything, which is great, but first of all, their software isn't good. They don't have a lot of good software, with some exceptions, Indiana Jones, you know. But for the most part, like, their software also isn't distinctly Microsoft. They're just buying up other fucking studios and branding their name on it. But even so, it's like there's no reason to buy an Xbox. There hasn't been a reason to buy an Xbox for a full generation and then some. So, oh, I'll see you later, Lizard. Thanks for tuning in and have fun with your friend. Oh, before I forget, do you think I could get mod in the Discord so I can immediately ban bots if they show up? Yeah, sure. I mean, don't feel like you have to. But you can absolutely have moderation privileges, RC. Did I miss something? You're maybe the only Nintendo YouTuber whose opinions I can 100% agree on. Oh, thank you. My new goal in life is to make an opinion that you don't agree with. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm just joking. I'm just being a little bit of a rascal. I think exclusives, at least in the entertainment medium, that aren't bad in capitalist sense, they aren't locking out anything necessary. At least in the entertainment medium, aren't that bad in the capitalist sense. They aren't locking out. Yeah. I agree. I mean, look. Again, with the current circumstances, exclusives are a good thing, and it sounds a little counterintuitive to say so, to say like, oh, exclusivity is a good thing, because it sounds bad, but it's, in practice, at least currently, it is true. If you want games to always be striving, you want competition in video games, and as we see, like, late-stage capitalism doesn't work in the ways that it promised it would. It's not about competition at the end of the day. It's actually just about, like, corporate overlords, corporate fucking dominance entirely, and being sucked into completely isolated ecosystems where you have to buy things. It's about the K-shaped economy, not whatever, you know, whatever competition-based economy was promised to us back in the fucking Stone Age. I don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm a big fan of exclusives. Big fan of video games trying to compete with each other, or video game companies trying to compete with each other. That's where we get good deals. Also, is if, you know, Microsoft says, all right, well, we're going to release fucking Game Pass for this much year, and that's it. And then Sony has some sort of retort. But if there's no competition, then yeah, it's like Microsoft will just increase the price of it, because it's like, at the end of the day, PS Plus is not on that level. I say that, but I don't pay for either of them. I don't even have an Xbox. I used to have an Xbox, though. I had an Xbox Series S. That was actually a really fun machine. I kind of like that machine to an extent. I don't like that it's all digital. But back during, like, 2021, when I had it, it was still really hard to find quote-unquote next-gen consoles. And the Series S was the only one I could really find, and I got it, and I actually quite enjoyed it, for what it was worth. But that was also just because I had a lot of, like, I don't know, PS4 and Xbox One games to catch up on. And then I eventually sold it. I sold it for rent money, fun fact. I pawned my Xbox Series X for rent money. Or, sorry, my Series S for rent money. Back when I was in college. Alright, let's go over here. God, the water is such a mind fuck. My gamer brain tells me that it's okay to be in water, but I guess it's not. Wait, what's happening? Oh, this is cool. I can like, I'm like a fucking ink. I'm like an ink blob. I'm like some kind of fucking ink blob over here. What the fuck? Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. I don't know if I said earlier, but I do have a new video that is fully recorded, which is the good news. Fully recorded as of last night. It just needs to be edited now, but it is it's a new video. It's very short. It's only like 5 minutes long. It's kind of like some content that I have previously made in that sense, but yeah, I think I have been kind of like in this writing rut lately, both just because I've, you know, had a lot of other shit going on, but also feeling like, oh, the next thing needs to be like longer. It needs to be more like the production itself needs to, you know, kind of increase. And it's not that I want the production value to always, you know, at least maintain quality, if not exceed what was previously done. But I think that it is a little daunting sometimes when I'm like, God, the last video I did took so much work. It was so much work just getting out to the park and arranging this whole fucking setup for people to play the games. And then it didn't do very well, which isn't really my... I have to remind myself that's not the end goal. The end goal is just to make content that I'm proud of. But it is nice when it does well. And I think it's, you know, I've kind of psyched myself out a little bit of making videos because I'm like, oh, well, the next thing has to top that. Like, I need to go out and I need to try this format again. And I do want to do that, but I think also there is something to be said about just, like, writing, you know? Just writing what's on the dome, what's on the mind, and refining it and making it, you know? Instead of just, like, trying to replicate something that isn't necessarily ready and would take a lot of effort. I'm kind of like, I want to make something that I can just, it's like feasible. It's like a feasible goal. So I'm making a shorter video. It's a little bit of a shit post, but I think it's, you know, fun. And, yeah, I have this goal in mind. I have this goal in mind that I've had since the beginning. There's this statistic that most YouTube channels, most small YouTube channels, stop making videos before they reach 20. Like, 20 is kind of this mythical number. 20 videos is kind of, that a lot of small YouTubers just give up before they make 20 videos. Because they expect to find success sooner, or they have burnout, or whatever. So my kind of, like, larger, kind of just, not ambiguous, but, like, just kind of, you know, arbitrary goal that I've set for myself is I'm going to make 20 videos. And then I'm going to, I don't know if I'll stop or I'll keep going, but at least 20. I want to make 20, and then I'll feel like I accomplished, like, I got there, you know, I did what I set out to do. And if I want to keep making videos after that, I probably will. You know, I there's no reason to stop, obviously. The only reason I want to do this is because I like doing it. But yeah, so that's kind of the magic number for me is 20. I'm going to hit 20, see how I feel, if I'm going to keep going or if I'm going to move on to other pursuits. But 20 is the number, and I feel like I've had a lot of fun so far. again, I've gotten way bigger than I thought I would get. And I know I'm not a big YouTube channel, but that just shows. I was really totally open to doing this little experiment for an audience of 0. And the fact that I've gotten more than that is like so sick. Just so fucking cool and such a fun thing. Such a fun thing to have happened. So anyways, little inside baseball for you guys. Drill ready. Okay, where do I go for the drill? This is probably so infuriating to watch for good Splatoon players who are just watching me fucking dick around, not knowing where I'm going or playing the game well at all. But hey, it's fun. Fun for me. Your production quality is already top tier. Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. I want to make it better. I want to keep making it better. I like your shit posts. Thank you. Well, another shit post incoming. Me right now being 20 years old. That's crazy, dude. I'm 6 years older than you. That's fucking crazy. I'll be honest. I feel like I've been 30 years old since I was 18. That's not necessarily true. I feel like I've been 30 years old since I was 22. Once I got to 22, I was like, man, why do I feel so old? I just feel like such an old person. I'm just like, I'm just, you know, not even that I'm mature necessarily. I'm just like, kind of like, I'm curmudgeon-y. And so I feel like out of touch with the youths. Even the fact that I just call them the youths should give you a sense. I don't know what it is. I've always just felt very old and just in a strictly like zeitgeist sense. Anyways, Chowder Buried Ruins. I'm surprised the music has not driven you crazy yet. It kind of is, I'll be honest. It's kind of a little insufferable. It's a little like it's funky, but also a little bit of an ear sore after listening to it for almost 2 hours now. So I might turn it down in a second here because I'm going a little crazy. I need to listen to some like lo-fi beats to study to. Surprise! I turned 24 last month. Happy birthday, RC. Are you a what comes before Cancer? Fuck. Not Pisces. I don't know what I can't remember what astrological sign you are. But you're not. I don't think you're a Cancer. But whoever or whatever sign you are, happy belated birthday. I lost most of my developmental years on COVID, so that went super fast. Yeah, I mean, you definitely more than I did, because you were in fucking high school, which is insane. I was in college when COVID hit, and I felt like I got robbed of a lot of like core memories. But it's crazy because in comparison to what you went through, I'm like, damn, I had it fucking easy. That could have been so much worse. So sorry to hear about that, and I hope you're thriving post-COVID. That's what's really important. Keep going, George. Oh, that's very sweet. That is very sweet. Thank you for the $5. Gemini. RC, you're a Gemini. My partner is a Gemini, but she was born in May, so I forgot that the Gemini time period went all the way into June. But happy birthday. I fucking love Geminis. Always gotten along with Geminis. I'm an Aquarius, and I think that we get along great. It explains why we get on so well. And I think that Aquarius and Gemini both get a bad rep. I think they get a bad rep. Aquarius maybe rightfully so. I think Aquarius people can be a little what's the word? Non-emotional to a fault. But yeah. Libra gang, rise up. Hell yeah. You must be nice to be a Libra. I've always said that. Libra are like, statistically, I think everyone likes Libras the best. So, you know, Libra gang, rise up. I only know astrology signs because of Beyblade. I didn't know Beyblade had astrology lore. That's cool. I used to let it rip back in my day. I'll be honest. I'll let that shit rip. I didn't know any of the, like, I didn't watch the TV show or anything, but I had a Beyblade that I traded. I think I traded somebody my lunch for it or something at school. My mom never bought it for me, but I got a Beyblade, and I used to, dude, I would let that shit fucking rip, dude. It was actually insane how much I ripped that shit. Also, just want to say, Vero, first of all, thank you again for the $5. I do not mean this in any sense that it is not appreciated, but I would advise to not send me money on these streams because I don't know where the money goes. Somebody sent me $1 once, and I didn't ask them. To be clear, these streams are not high enough quality that I even monetize them. They're not monetized because they're just for fun. But I don't know where the money goes for streams. So I would advise, just because I personally don't know where that $5 is gonna go, I'm abstain. But I do appreciate it. And I apologize. I apologize for the loss here. Let's see if I can. Yeah, I don't think I can give that money back to you. I can give myself money, but I can't give that money back to you. So I apologize. Once I get money figured out, though, I will let you know. I promise I'll let you know. And then please just send me so much fucking cash, dude. At that point, when I get it figured out, oh my God, just drain your savings. I will take it all. I am not above taking your money. But yeah. Anyways, sorry again, and thank you again. All right, let's go. Let's fucking go, dude. One McChicken lost. I know, and I can't even eat. I don't even eat chicken. So that's like a double loss right there. That's like a double whammy. I love Splatoon music because of how insane it goes. I could see that. I could see it. I think it's just grating after like an extended period of time. But I'm also talking a lot, and maybe that's what's maybe that's what's annoying me so much. Oh, you saw the Odyssey RC? Did you see it in the way God intended, 70mm IMAX, or did you see it in a different format? Because I also saw the Odyssey. I'm gonna go see it again tomorrow. But we can't. We here in New York, it was impossible to get tickets to the 70mm. So we're not seeing it there. We're seeing it. Unfortunately, we're reduced to seeing it in a 16:9 aspect ratio. But I'm seeing it again. I really liked it. Curious to hear what you thought. What did you think about it? Are you a Christopher Nolan head? I'm not necessarily, but I really did like this one. Why am I so bad at this game? Why am I so bad at this game? Bro. Hold on, I'm just gonna let myself die because I want to catch up on this. I don't know what the difference is, actually. Here's the difference. So this is the first movie that was shot entirely on IMAX cameras. IMAX cameras are a special type of film camera. I think they're going to make a digital one, but they only have film versions that film in like a, I don't know what it is, 4:3 aspect ratio. I don't remember what the exact numbers are, but basically a lot more square ratio. And they shot it in 70 mil IMAX. It is an incredible way to watch a film because they also use film for the projectors. It's not digital projection. It's real. It's like thousands and thousands of feet of physical film that they project in real time. And it's just incredible. It's like a giant ass screen. It takes up your whole field of view. And you see the whole image. In other formats, in like a traditional format that you would go to just at the normal movie theater, they can't show it in that aspect ratio because the screens aren't formatted for it correctly. So you're actually seeing kind of cut off part of the image. But it is unfortunately very gate kept. The technology is there, but the infrastructure is not. So there's only like 20 something IMAX movie theaters in the world that can properly show the Odyssey in the way it was meant to be seen, which is kind of fucked. That being said, if you saw it in the theater, you saw it. It doesn't really matter. Or it does matter, but it shouldn't detract from, the fact that you actually did see it and you got to experience that movie. That was also my favorite Christopher Nolan movie ever, easily. It even surpassed my beloved Interstellar, and it was fucking sweet. It was so good. Even though I'm seeing it in standard format tomorrow, I'm excited to go again. It's gonna be so fun. And I'm seeing it with my roommate and my girlfriend, and it's gonna be awesome. What was I gonna say? Damn, I forgot. I must have forgotten. But yeah, really, really great theatrical experience. Highly recommend. Yeah, it's a good time for movies, man. Go see movies. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I have the I'm gonna do some free promo here for AMC theaters. I have the AMC Stubs A-List membership. It's one of the many ways I waste my money, but I have it, and so it means I can go see 4 movies a week for free, quote unquote free. It's like $25 a month, but it kind of pays for itself because movies are expensive as fuck, and I love seeing movies. So I love seeing a lot of movies. So for me, it's worth it. And that's the reason I'm going to go see it again, because it's not going to cost me any extra. So it kind of is only worth it though. Also, if you live in like a big city and there's a lot of AMCs around you. But yeah, definitely go see it. Did somebody else see it? I saw Odyssey on Limax. What did you think, Elvero? That was your first Christopher Nolan movie. That's crazy. Yeah, no, I've seen most of them. I went home and watched Tenet. I don't know if anyone's seen Tenet before. I didn't like that very much. I thought it was kind of a confusing mess. That's the one that he made before Oppenheimer, and it was I didn't like it that much. But he's kind of hit or miss. I liked it. I don't love Nolan that much. I like A24 type stuff better. All right, A24 head. All right, I respect that. What's your? I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you what. Not only my favorite A24 movie, but one of my favorite movies. Period. It's a little movie called After Sun. If you've seen it, fucking incredible film. But what actually? Before we end stream tonight, let's get some movie talk going. I wanna hear Elvero, RC, Crispy. I don't think anyone else is still here. But if anyone else is still here, give me some movie recs, or just tell me what movies you love. Because I'll tell you one thing. I am. Yeah, we have two people. We've got RC and Elvero, so perfect. We'll make this clean and we'll make it quick. Give me. Not your favorite movie, but like one of your favorite films, and then I will judge you harshly based on what you say, for better or for worse. The Thing. All right. What version are we talking about? Because I actually haven't seen any of them, to be honest. So 1982. All right. The classic. Maybe not the original. I don't actually know, to be honest. But I've heard very good things. That's the one with the like super iconic poster, the silhouetted poster / logo, I think. I've not seen it. But I will have to give it a check out. I'm a simple man. I enjoy Napoleon Dynamite for its awkward humor. Hell yeah, dude. I love Napoleon Dynamite. That's one of the first movies I ever remember seeing. Actually, as a little kid. It came out when I was, I don't know, when I was really young. Maybe when I was like 2 or... No. I think it came out when I was 4. Maybe. I don't know. But I love that movie to death. I can still quote it. You've got your, when he says, "Tina, eat the food!" Like that part. There's something else he says. "Freaking idiot!" That's a good one. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, The Wild Robot. 2 classics. You cannot go wrong with either of those. If you like, let me just say this, Elvero. If you like Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, you should watch that. That movie was made by the Daniels. It was their second movie. Their feature directorial debut was a film called Swiss Army Man, and if you have not seen it, I highly recommend it. That was their first movie. It has Daniel Radcliffe and Paul Dano in it. And it's so good. It's weird, but it's really good. And I think Everything Everywhere is an incredible and like such a like filmmaking feat. But they knocked it out of the park with their first one too. Very good. Let's see. Lilo and Stitch, also great. Also great movie. Great animation. I wish Disney still made movies with hand-drawn animation. Or not just 2D animation. I have a severe lack of movie culture. There's no such thing. No such thing. You like what you like, and I won't throw a fight, or whatever the saying is. I've not seen the classics. I haven't either. I'm a film student, a former film student. I went to film school. You want to know something? I have not seen The Godfather. That's right. My film card revoked. I've never seen that shit. I've tried. I didn't get into it. I need to watch it. But I've never seen The Godfather, and it's one of the most messed up things about me. But I haven't seen it. I've seen a lot of movies. That's not one of them. Never saw The Matrix. Never saw Alan. Never RoboCop. I don't know what Alan is. Never saw Alan. I did see The Matrix. That's a crazy movie because it's about artificial intelligence. It's literally about AI. And guns. It's about people being cool with guns. RoboCop, I think I saw part of RoboCop for film class one time, but that's a dark-ass movie. It's really depressing. Pretty anti-cop, though, which is pretty badass, pretty based. Oh, Alien. I'm like, who's Alan? That's so good. I haven't seen Alan either. Where is that? Where's Alan? No, I actually Alien fucking slaps. My dad had Alien on on Laserdisc. He had Kramer versus Kramer, he had The Shining, and he had Alien, and he had Batman Mask of the Phantasm. Those were the like 4 movies that we watched all the oh, and Paper Moon. Those were like the 5 movies we watched all the time on Laserdisc, which is an obsolete format. It's like a big DVD, basically, a giant. It's like if a DVD was a vinyl record. But we watched all those movies, and I loved all of them. Alien is one of my favorites, to be honest. I fucking love Alien. One of the best horror movies ever. Aliens, also great film. Hercules is great. Hell yeah. The guy who voices Hades is great. I can't remember what his name, but what a great vocal performance that was. I didn't watch any of the sequels of The Matrix either. I only saw the first one. Haven't seen it. Watch it. Watch, what's it called? Swiss Army Man. Very good. Also, I've met Daniel Radcliffe a couple times for my job. Very nice man. Very nice man. A Goofy movie. Great. Classic Disney. Love Goofy movie. Toy Story 1 is better than 2. I agree with that. But you know what? Toy Story 3 is my favorite. I rewatched that recently because I saw Toy Story 5. And I liked it, actually. But I went back to 3 and I was like, dude, this movie fucks. This movie is so good. So maybe that's the nostalgia talking. But Toy Story 3 is, I think, my favorite one. I've not seen The Godfather. Yeah. Yeah, well, that makes 2 of us. That makes 2 of us. I took 1 film class. That's cool. Said Alien. Right. My film class has made me realize I don't like Nolan or Spielberg. I don't love Spielberg. I like the Dark Knight trilogy. I like Interstellar. I liked Oppenheimer. So I guess I liked fucking whatever this one was called. Also, I like The Prestige. I gotta be honest, as much as I'm like, I don't necessarily love Christopher Nolan fans, at least the stereotype of them, like the stereotypical film bro, I do tend to like his movies. And then some of them I really don't like. Like Tenet. Misery is good. Yeah, I've seen that. That's a fucked up movie. Yeah, Misery is a fucked up movie. James Woods. Whenever I think of James Woods, I think of Family Guy. Does anyone else have that problem, or is it just me? Is it just my fucked up head? Me and my fucked up head, man. I can't stop thinking about Family Guy. Toy Story 5 made me shed some tears. It made me shed tears too. I went to go see it alone. I think maybe that's why I was shedding tears, because it's so sad that I was an adult going to see Toy Story 5 alone. But I did. I went to go see it alone because my partner didn't want to go see it with me, I guess. Yeah, I saw it alone, and I started tearing up at some of the Jessie stuff. I was like, God, they fucking stiped my ass with that. It was very effective. Why does Toys... You saw it alone as well? I'm glad I'm not the only one. In a way, RC, it was like we didn't see it alone. Because we both saw it alone together. And isn't that beautiful? When you think about it? Yeah, exactly. They're not terrible. They just don't speak to me, but they are super greatly made. No, I get it. You don't. Look, I will never complain about somebody not liking Chris Nolan, because I think that there's very valid reasons not to. And Spielberg never really got. I don't know. I'm like trying to think of one of his movies that I like loved growing up, and I'm drawing a little bit of a blank. Let me look up Steven Spielberg movies. Let's see if this guy's directed anything that I've even fucking recognized. Fucking no-name, nobody Spielberg movies. You know what I saw recently, actually, a Steven Spielberg movie? I saw Disclosure Day. I hated that movie. I hated that shit. I was like, why did you make this, you fucking loser? This movie sucks. I'm being harsh, but it's true. I really did not like it. That movie was not good. E.T. All right. I like E.T. All right. Indiana Jones never got super into. But I remember liking it. Kinda, I think. Show me director. Previous. God, he's directed so many things. I like the West Side Story remake. But the original is just, oh, God, I love West Side Story. Ready Player One was not good. The BFG, I don't remember being good. Catch Me If You Can, I think was pretty good. Jurassic Park, I not super emotionally tied to it, but I can give it. Game recognizes game. I'll say that much. Yeah, I'm not really tied super into any of his movies, and maybe that makes me, if that makes me wrong, I don't want to be right. I saw it alone. Why does Toy Story always slap? I don't know. It just does. It's like I keep thinking, I thought 4 was going to suck. I really liked it. I thought 5 was going to suck. I really liked it. I'm kind of just like, maybe they just keep making these forever. Honestly. And I don't say that about pretty much anything else, but I'm like, they just keep hitting. I don't know what it is. I really liked it. There's exactly one. Oh, Lizard is playing Splatoon Raiders. That's funny. There's one theater somewhat near me that has 70mm IMAX. You know, if you're willing to shell out, which I'm not saying you should, it's expensive. Everything's expensive. So don't if you can't. But if you can afford it, it is a great experience. It's a great experience, RC. I see all my films with my dad because I'm very lonely. Oh, shit. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, and I'm glad that you, your dad is, you know, a film head with you. It's nice to have somebody to see films with, and I like seeing films best with my partner, obviously, because she's also a film person. But I'm not above seeing a movie by myself. Sometimes I don't mind. Sometimes I like it, actually. But all that to say, no shame in seeing a movie with anybody. It's always a pleasure to share art with people you love. Seeing images of the screen, I think I need to go rewatch it with that screen. You should. You should. You definitely should. I hated Disclosure Day. I liked The Odyssey. I'm still on... They should have ended it on the 3 train? What are you talking... I can't... I'm glad you hate Disclosure Day too, by the way. Let me just say that off the bat. Fuck Disclosure Day. That movie was so bad. It was so up its own ass. Oh, Toy Story on the... Okay, you're on the train that they should have ended it on 3. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean... yes, RC, it was that. I was like... flabbergasted. And a lot of people seem to like it or not think it was that bad. Including my girlfriend, she totally was like, I mean, it wasn't good, but it wasn't like that bad. I was like, what, did we watch the same movie? That shit was terrible. As for the 3 Toy Story, I think Toy Story 3 is the best, and I wouldn't have been mad if they ended it there. And I understand why, because I'm like, it is as perfect to a movie as movies can really get. It's a beautiful film, and I don't think 4 or 5 are as good as 3. 3 is always going to be my favorite, but I found it kind of amazing that it somehow still justified as 4 and 5 have justified their existence in some way, shape, or form, because I'm like, I still enjoyed them somehow. Some way, I still enjoyed them. All right, I'm gonna give this one more shot, and I'm gonna give it one more shot, and then I'm gonna hop off screen and eat dinner, eat a very late dinner. But I think that this might be futile, to be honest, because I have not had much success. It's like the difficulty all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, dude, I can't do this. Well, why am I sucking all of a sudden? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Splattered by tongue chum! Dude, I'm pushing past my limit. I don't know what to tell you. This is my limit. Welcome to my limit. I've pushed past it officially. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my god. Holy fuck. God, I recently replayed through, what am I trying to say? Oh, Silk Song? That game is so good. That game is incredible. That's like one of my favorite games I've ever played, and it's just a once-in-a-lifetime experience. So grateful I get to be in the timeline where freaking Silk Song is a thing. I fucking love that game. And a second playthrough, man, it is perfect as ever. It's better than Hollow Knight. I will die on that hill. All right. I think I'm gonna call it there, but I'll respond to these last. I ugly cried at the climax of 4. I probably did too. I can't really remember. I think I cry in all of them. Disclosure Day was probably the most 2000s outdated type film I have seen recently. Yeah, without any of the charm or campiness of 2000s films that make them fun to return to. It was like all the worst parts of old 2000s movies, and all the worst parts of modern films wrapped into one shit sandwich. Wasn't this game for babies? Yeah, it still is for babies. That's why I'm so bad at it. I'm only good at games for adults, for big kids. Like, let's see what games are for big kids. Mario Party Jamboree. I'm fucking great at Mario Party Jamboree. That's a game for big kids right there. There's stakes. Anyways, I will not forget about the Discord mod thing. In fact, I will do it right now. Literally right now on stream. I'm going to do it. Actually, wait, can I, let's see if I can't even do window capture. Application capture. We'll do Safari. Okay. Why is it not showing? Okay. Okay, well, it's not showing my screen for some reason. Is it now? No. I was gonna do this to prove that I'm a person of honor, but I guess not. Okay, whatever. All right, we're going back to this screen. I'm just gonna do it right now, and you could let me know if it works. All right, we're going to Nintendo's shitty server. I'm gonna go to general. Oh, welcome, Chris. Who is Pibble? I'm like, I can't tell when people are bots or not. I think that's the issue. What if I fucked up, RC, and accidentally banned you for the server? What if I just fucked up so bad? That would be so funny. Not funny for you, admittedly, but just funny that I just don't know anything about fucking Discord. I'm just like so bad at this. Okay. I'm going to click on your thing. Open in mod view. Mod view. I want to no mod permissions. I'm going to make you. How do I make you a mod. This is so easily something that I could just figure out if I wasn't so stubborn. Add role. Oh, wait, no. I don't want to add a role. Ban, kick, no, I don't want to do that. Oh, wait. Let me click on the server. Create notification, privacy, report raid. No, I don't want to do any of that. Sorry, guys. This stream is going out on a whimper because I can't figure any of this shit out. Hold on. I'm just going to look it up really quick. I'm going to do this on stream. I'm determined. How to add moderator access in Discord. To add moderator, you need to create dedicated role, assign specific moderator, and give it to... Okay, I have the role. Assign... Go to permissions tab for your new role. Okay. Add role to a member. Go back to your main server view. Find the member in the right click their username. Okay. Open in mod view. Oh, you know what? Maybe I need to create send messages, create, embed. Wow, I'm realizing I don't know anything about this. Okay, RC. I sent a friend request. I'm such a lonely little gamer. Oh, me too. Me too. Don't worry. I'm super lonely also in terms of my gaming life. Oh, I don't have any. See, I don't even have any freaking incoming friend requests. But Vero and RC got you guys on my friends, and yeah, if you guys want to add me, RC, I'm gonna no, it's not too much. I'm happy to do it, and I will do it, and I will make sure that it happens tonight. I'm just gonna do it off stream, even though I said I was gonna do it on stream, because this is frankly embarrassing. And in terms of streaming, yeah, I would like to. I'm not going to commit to anything at the moment. Again, my priority is, like, if I have free time, and I feel like I want to do channel stuff, I'd rather just be making the videos that I want to be making. But I do really like streaming. Gives me a chance to catch up with you lot, and it's fun. So no promises, but if I do, it'll be on my usual Thursday schedule. So thank you to everyone who joined tonight, everyone who is here now, and everyone who was formerly here, and everyone who will come in the future. And thanks. I hope you have a great night. Thanks for keeping me company. Take care. RC, I'll make you a mod. I'm doing it. All right. Good night. Goodbye.